Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, February. Okay. Today is Tuesday, July 9th, 2024, and you are here in the Java Cafe. It's Testimony Tuesday. Traditionally, we haven't got away a little bit from those themes for the days, the last few months. However, we have a young lady today that's going to speak with us. Not necessarily a testimony, but we're going to talk about the importance of gut health and mental health. We talk about mental health all the time on the platform. Later on in the month, we're going to focus on men's mental health, as it is men's mental health, men's or minority. I think it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I think July is, I say, of color, not, what do they call it? Minority. I say of color because we're definitely a majority. So anyway, as you know, we're doing a quick shot this week. As you can see, I'm away. And so I'm going to bring our guest in. And I believe I'm going to do it right because I believe in pronouncing names correctly. Dekeira Horne.
Yes.
We're starting the day off great. So good morning. Thank you for being with us this morning. I didn't tell you in the pre-show, but if one of the mayor's staff is watching, her name is Phyllis. I think it's St. Hubert. When you popped on, I said, oh my God, you look just like a young lady that we know up here in Boston by the name of Phyllis.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. That's why I wanted to make sure they could see you, because folks would be like, what is Phyllis doing on Java with you? Talking about gut health. Good morning. Please introduce yourself and say hello. And then we will get in a little bit of your testimony of how you landed in this space of mental health and gut health. And there is a correlation between the two. We have learned that in the past few years. I don't correlate so well, but but please, Dekeira, say good morning to the folks and we'll get right into the conversation.
So good morning to everyone from Boston. I'm here in New Jersey. My name is Dekeira. I'm a mental health dietitian. I went to Rutgers University and got my undergrad degree in nutritional sciences, and I have my master's in dietetics. And I've been a dietitian for over a year now. And specifically, I focus on mental health. I'm known as the Anxiety Free Dietitian because I focus on anxiety. So my platform is all about helping people learn how to eat for anxiety, also tapping into spirituality for anxiety, as well as subconscious reprogramming tools for anxiety.
So wait a minute, you said the word diet and anxiety in the same sentence. And so I know you work to relieve anxiety, but when I hear things about diet and everybody knows I've been on this journey of intentionality around eating. I have a bad habit of gummy worms and chips. I can survive. I know all the red coloring and all that other stuff. And so thank you for being here with us today. And so you focus on anxiety. You know, let's jump right in. There's so much going on in the world. Just a very off the cuff question. Our inclination when we're stressed to either grab chocolate, eat sweets or chips, or our go-to. What is that correlation of anxiety and or stress and maybe depression and food? What is it, you know, the old adage of comfort, or what, from your research and work, what is the correlation between the two?
So as we all know, food is something that brings us comfort. It's definitely also a cultural thing as well, where you may have like your own cultural comfort foods. You're used to eating certain things when you were sick or when you were down or just feeling upset about something. And what it does is that because food tastes good, it's a quick dopamine booster. And dopamine is a neurotransmitter, which is like a hormone that it's like a happy, feel good hormone that gives you like a instant boost of satisfaction or gratification. So the instant impulsive urge to just grab some chocolate or grab some gummy worms, which I also love sour gummy worms as well, and
Not
chocolate.
sour, not sour, and they have to be Haribo. If we're
Oh,
gonna,
really? Oh no, I only like sour. I only like sour. But yeah, that the urge to just grab it gives you that instant dopamine boost that your brain is looking for, that it is lacking in your life due to other circumstances, whether you're feeling sad, depressed, anxious, whatever it is. And it's just a short-term solution to a long-term problem, essentially. And there's a part of the brain. My friend was telling me this the other day. I forgot what it's called, but this part of the brain, when it is lacking um, a certain amount of chemicals, I forgot what it's called, but it basically makes you crave sugar and candies more. And it's basically just because it's basically like a chemical imbalance.
okay. It's interesting to hear. I know it was a chemical reaction, but to hear you break it down in the dopamine and in the stress. And so, is it actually our bodies generating that go-to of the body knows that dopamine fix the most immediate, healthy, well, depending on how you classify healthy,
Yeah.
because there's substance uses that can, do some chemical things as well. The point I'm trying to get to is it our body sort of reacting to a mental thing, or is it a mindset? Like, how do we start? And I hate to get so deep right early, but how do we shift that sort of go to when we're stressed and whatnot to go to just eating?
So it's a mixture of both. So it's basically because you are lacking that dopamine in your life. You want to get to the root source of why you are lacking the dopamine, which is the happy hormone. So what in your life is causing me to be stressed or unhappy or depressed? Get to the root of that and then take it from there. So let's say you're upset because you just got over a breakup and your coping mechanism is eating. So instead of you using a band-aid solution, which is you eating certain junk foods and basically using that to cover up the wound, which is your breakup, how about you dive deep into why the breakup is affecting you so badly? Maybe get therapy, maybe get coaching, maybe read a book. I know they have breakup coaches, relationship therapists, things like that. So yeah.
I mean, entrepreneurship is a real thing.
Yes.
Breakup coaches.
Yes, they have coaches that help you to get over breakups.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Where were they a couple of years ago? No, I'm just messing. I'm just messing. And so it is a chemical reaction. And what I'm hearing from you is that the dopamine is that hormone that's released when we're happy. And a lot of times the lack of dopamine is heightened, or the body's recognition that is not enough can possibly be heightened in times of anxiety and stress.
Yes, and also because in this day society, our brains are kind of fried from all the social media and the quick instant boost of dopamine. So like TikTok, it's quick dopamine boosters, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. So
Wait. Those are, go ahead. I'm sorry.
those are all quick boosters of dopamine. And because our brain is so addicted to seeing those all day, every day, our brain requires more of it now. It's kind of like when a smoker or someone who's on drugs stops getting high, so they require something stronger or they need more of it. Same thing with this. So our brains are so fried from all of the constant overstimulation of like digital media, consumerism, TV, social media, that we're constantly requiring more and more dopamine, and our brains cannot handle little anymore, if that makes sense. So we're
Yep.
constantly looking for things to make us feel happy instead of actually getting to the root cause of why we are unhappy to begin with, whether it's a breakup, our 9 to 5, our environment, things like that. So when it comes to the mindset, it is a mindset thing, but also when it comes to our bodies, it's also a gut health thing as well, because you can eat certain foods to produce more of these neurotransmitters.
Okay. So there's a lot going on here. The neurotransmitters, let's talk to, because I heard you say in your introduction that you also work to kind of deprogram or reprogram our go-tos when we're stressed, or so let's talk a little bit about how we can eat in a manner that's not just healthy, for our physical being, our neurological and cardio system and cardiac system. Let's talk about like eating with intentionality. You also reference to the fact that you help people eat to decrease anxiety. Like, we know there's a correlation between food and our health. Are you saying that there are certain foods and certain ways of eating that can actually mess with the neurotransmitters and give us a more we want a stable level of dopamine, right? Not where I mean, you get peaks, roller coaster, seeing a family member you haven't seen in a while, you get those peaks. But if I'm hearing you correctly, we want the dopamine to be leveled, and we want to find ways to keep that level through lifestyle, one of which is a different intentionality around eating, correct?
Yeah, so I'm about to go off. So
let's go.
So first, let's start with the basics, right? So our body has a pathway called the gut-brain axis, and it's basically a pathway in our body in which the gut and brain are directly correlated, and it's a what's the word? A bidirectional communication pathway. So it's basically like going up and going down at the same time.
Yep.
So our brain and gut are constantly in communication 24/7. That's why if you have like an intuitive feeling that something may be wrong, you may get a gut feeling. It's because it's your gut's way of communicating to your brain that something is wrong. And typically they say that your gut is your second brain. So if they are connected, that means that what you eat directly impacts your brain health, how you think, how you feel, your overall cognitive status. So let's say you're eating a diet that is highly processed, filled with a lot of fast food, lack of water, lack of probiotics and vegetables, things like that. Basically, what that is doing is it's clouding up your gut and clogging it with toxins. And then that's also going to give you clouded brain fog. So brain fog, fatigue, lack of energy, just feeling very out of it, anxiety, depression, things like that. And on top of that, when you're eating these ultra processed foods, they lack fiber. And fiber is really important for our brain health. Constipation actually leads to more anxiety and depression because, as we know, stool is basically built up of toxins.
Yeah, it's the body's waste that we should have got rid of. And so, go ahead. I'm
So the body's waste that we should have gotten rid of, if it is stuck in your colon from you not getting enough fiber, basically what's excreted in waste also is excessive hormones that need to be excreted, such as estrogen and other bad bacteria. So if it is stuck in your colon, it is basically recirculating excess hormones in your blood as well as excess bacteria in your gut. And that's going to cause more anxiety and depression, especially as a woman. If you are recirculating excessive estrogen, that can lead to more anxiety, depression, painful periods, irregular menstrual cycles, more cramps, things like that. So being constipated in itself leads to more anxiety and depression because you're clogging up the system in which is attached to your brain. So that's number one. Two, with ultra processed foods, they typically lack probiotics. Antibiotics are antibacteria, meaning that it's a medication that kills bacteria. Probiotics is a supplement pro-bacteria, meaning that it adds more good bacteria into your gut. And your gut has a balance of good and bad bacteria. You obviously want there to be an overgrowth of good bacteria versus bad bacteria. And with a lack of probiotics in the diet, you're going to have an overgrowth of bad bacteria. And being that your gut and your brain are connected, if you have an overgrowth of bad bacteria, that can lead to poor immunity, poor gut health, which can lead to poor brain health, which can lead to anxiety, depression, OCD, ADHD, things like that. Like it can exacerbate those symptoms.
Go ahead. You said you was going to go off that. So we got point one, we got point two. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'll chime in for a minute. And we've had nutritionists on, we've had psychiatrists and psychologists on, but hearing nutritionists separately, psychiatrists separately. Have we talked about the correlation of healthy eating and your state of mind, just being healthy? We haven't went sort of this deep. And some things, as you're saying, I'm like, okay, I can connect the dots, but
Yeah.
it to hear it in this manner, we got a Pastor Jefferson from Rhode Island is saying, this is good info. What we eat can affect how we behave and affect our health. Now, this should be taught, might help our community become healthier. And Sandra saying, mind blown. We'll get to some other comments as well. And so go off.
Yes, I want to go off of Pastor Jefferson's comments. So basically, within our communities, if we're talking about communities of color, typically we are more in urban communities, and these communities are typically saturated with fast food restaurants and also living in it's
food
called,
deserts.
Why am I blanking? Yes, food. Yeah, I was blanking. Food deserts. So food deserts are basically when you are lacking the necessary stores and supply to healthy foods. So if you are living, because for example, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I grew up in Flatbush, Brooklyn, and it was all fast food: Popeyes, McDonald's, Burger King, corner stores on every corner, delis, things like that. And so if you don't have the proper education, and thankfully for me, my parents are from the Caribbean, so my mom is very holistic, very much into herbs, Dr. Sebi, things like that. So I grew up with that knowledge. So if it wasn't for her and I didn't have that knowledge, I probably would have grown up eating a lot of fast food because that was my whole entire environment. But she ingrained in me to eat vegetables, eat fruits, eat whole grains, things like that. So unfortunately, the reality is that a lot of Black people live in food deserts and they lack that knowledge to know that there's other healthier options out there, but also they don't even have the resources to get to those to get to those healthy stores. So it's really hard for people of color to basically excel in their eating if they're stuck in these food deserts. But going back to the healthy eating, so when it comes to, first I'll go over the macronutrients. So these are like the large nutrients in our body. So protein, carbs, and fats, right? So protein, protein is built based off of amino acids, which are basically smaller building blocks to protein. And there are certain amino acids that can help to produce more neurotransmitters. So for example, tryptophan is an amino acid that is present in poultry.
Turkey. It's the sleep agent, supposedly. Yep.
Yes. So turkey, tart cherry juice, certain nuts, I believe, are high in tryptophan. And when you eat these things, tryptophan helps to produce more melatonin. So then now if you're producing more melatonin, you're getting better sleep. If you're getting better sleep, your anxiety and depression may be decreased. So that's just one way in which protein helps with stabilizing your mental health, but also protein helps to stabilize blood sugar. It's because protein is digested in the body slower than carbohydrates. So when you're eating protein, your blood sugar is more stabilized. And when your blood sugar is more stabilized, your hormones are more stabilized, which then basically stabilizes more of your mental health and your anxiety, depression, things like that. So I always encourage a high protein or a moderate protein diet, or just making sure that you're getting enough protein in your meals. Because if you're just getting carbohydrates, which is another macronutrient, carbohydrates are very important for energy. So we definitely need them for energy. But if you're strictly only eating carbohydrates, what it's going to do, it's going to spike your blood sugar and then drop it. And that's going to cause fatigue. Your energy crashes in the middle of the day, that 2 p.m. energy crash, feeling tired after you eat, having more cravings because it's crashing your blood sugar, which when your blood sugar is crashed, it gets lower. And when it's lower, your body wants to get it higher. So you're going to crave more sugar. So it's like a cycle of blood sugar crashing. You need more sugar, eat more sugar, it goes back up, crashes again. So with carbohydrates, you need that balance of protein and fats on the side, because protein and fats stabilizes the blood sugar, and because it's digested slower in the body, when you eat carbohydrates with protein and fat, it's not going to spike like this, but it's going to be balanced like this.
Yeah.
And that's going to help balance your blood sugar so that's not crashing, and that you're not getting that 2 p.m. crash, that crash after eating your meals, and those constant sugar cravings. But you're going to be more stabilized. You're going to stay fuller longer on less calories, and your mental health is going to improve significantly. And when it comes to healthy fats, so you have your saturated fats and your unsaturated fats.
What are examples of saturated? Because you can explain it, but give us a couple of examples of saturated or foods that we tend to may consume a lot that have a lot of saturated fats?
So saturated fats mainly comes from fatty meat such as red meat and also fast food. And there's also a misconception or a myth that this is unrelated to saturated fats, but that cholesterol and food increases your cholesterol levels. That is not true. New studies are actually showing that dietary cholesterol is directly correlated with increase in saturated fats. There's no connection between dietary cholesterol and your cholesterol levels. So people think that eating a lot of eggs and high cholesterol foods
Right.
are
That's
impacting the cholesterol levels. It's not. It's the saturated fat.
so okay. Sorry, I said yo. So you really got me in a possible place. Because the thing is, when I go, I'm not good, but I will process foods. If there's one night I don't feel like cooking beef, I'll go to look at the pack, and I don't know why I do it. The sodium, the cholesterol, and for a lot, we just were always in an environment or taught to believe that high cholesterol in food is going to make it high cholesterol, bad cholesterol in the body between the LDL and the HDL.
HDL, yeah.
And so it's the saturated fat
that causes high cholesterol. Because not basically, but what's the word I'm trying to say? Technically, like me, I eat eggs every single day, and my cholesterol levels are better than they've ever been before. Studies show that you can eat 1 to 2 eggs every single day because the cholesterol in eggs do not affect your blood cholesterol. It's saturated fat.
And it's high in protein.
Yes, eggs are high in protein. They're high in a neurotransmitter called choline, which also helps with anxiety and depression. It's high in B vitamins, which helps with energy. It's high in omega-3s that provides healthy fats. It's also high in vitamin D, which a lot of Black people are lacking in due to the melanin in our skin. And vitamin D deficiency is directly linked to anxiety and depression. And I know this firsthand because a few years ago, I was having a lot of body aches and just feeling very weird. I went to the doctor, and I was also feeling very sad for no reason and depressed. And turns out my vitamin D was extremely low. And it was also during the winter as well, where there's a lack of sunlight.
Yep.
So I had to take vitamin D, and my body ache stopped happening, and my mental health cleared up as well.
I'm again, we've sort of hit in not necessarily missed, maybe not good words, but we've talked about this in different shows, and we've never, I don't think, since Anissa's been on, and I don't think beforehand, some of the charter members, I don't think we've ever had a show on mental health and specifically gut health. Like, this is almost a not trick, what's the word? There's a strategy. Like,
it's a hack, yeah.
Like, I need now to really look at incorporating 100% natural, organic, tart cherry juice.
Yes.
My diet. I need to maybe think about eating a little bit more turkey because my sleep hygiene sucks. Probably because I'm not getting enough the neurotransmitters that promote melatonin. I'm keeping up here. I'm probably not getting enough during the day. You know what I mean? And I've been good. I'm on vacation. And so I had a bag of gummies last night. But I can tell you, when I woke up this morning, not like I woke up other mornings that I've been here. I was a little sluggish. You know, this is really good information. Okay. Got examples of saturated fat. What was the other right now?
Unsaturated fats. So these are healthier fats. So olive oil, seeds, nut butters, and healthy fats produce omega-3s. And omega-3s are anti-inflammatory essential fatty acids that we need in our body that helps with our heart health, our brain health. It helps with our skin, hair, and nails. So typically, if you have a lot of dry skin, eczema, dry, flaky skin, which I know eczema is very common amongst babies, and I know a lot of people of color have eczema, it's typically due to omega-3 deficiency. So omega-3s help with your skin, it helps with acne, it helps with psoriasis, any skin condition basically omega-3 is going to help with. It's going to help with your nails, it's going to help with your hair growth, hair breakage, things like that. And omega-3s also helps with your brain health. It helps to prevent heart disease. It helps with CHF, which is congestive heart failure. It helps with just everything in the body. And it's very anti-inflammatory. It helps to combat inflammation in the body and also in the gut as well. To omega-3s, fats are they're fat-soluble vitamins. So the fat-soluble vitamins are vitamins A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. So these vitamins act kind of as hormones, and they're better absorbed in the body when consumed with fats. So let's say you're taking an omega-3 supplement. It's going to be better absorbed in the body if you're eating that omega-3 supplement with an avocado, because the fat in the avocado is going to help absorb the fat-soluble vitamins in the omega-3 and acts like. So you see how that makes sense? So you want to eat your healthy fats with your omega-3 supplements or with your omega-3 better absorption. So again, digest slower in the body. So it helps to stabilize your blood sugar. The only thing I will say is that even though there is a difference between healthy fat and unhealthy fats, fats are still the most calorically dense macronutrient. So overconsumption of fats in general can lead to more weight gain. So it depends on whether you had weight loss or weight gain, where you would choose how much fats you want to consume.
Okay. Dekeira, do me a favor. We have a little spottiness. Maybe I'm going to take a break. And while we're taking a break, because folks are, I don't know if you see the comments. If you have anything else, maybe open on your laptop or whatever, while we take the break, close it. Because I would like, oh Jesus, we're supposed to be done at 9:30. We're gonna go for a few more minutes because this is when Sharon, we have never an intentional show around mental health and gut health. And then when we Nisa, who you've met virtually, vitamin K as well. And then Felicia said, omega-3, here I come. But make sure if you're taking that supplement, you eat it off before 10 minutes after of you taking that supplement, because it helps you. I'm learning a lot today. We're going to take a quick break, folks, and we'll be back with you. Oh, you can see them. Okay, so you're all set. Folks, and be right back with you. And I'm this is really good. It's encouraging, but it's also ouch, because I'm on, sometimes I be moving slow. So we're going to take a quick break and talk about how important it is for you to have health insurance.
For the innovators, the dreamers, the risk takers, independent workers who keep our neighborhoods thriving, Connector Care from the Massachusetts Health Connector has plans for every lifestyle and budget.
Having access to affordable healthcare is for everyone in our community.
Connector Care plans help more people save on healthcare that covers all their needs. Find out if you qualify for Connector Care. Visit mahealthconnector.org or call 1-877-MA-ENROLL.
Hey everybody, we are back with, I never really got your title, but I'm going to call her the nutritionist brain doctor. Me here myself, I'm just really, I'm stuttering. So let's go on, because I want to get as much out of you as possible. And Anissa, I think we, if we can get you back around November,
okay,
with intentionality around watching seasonal effectiveness disorder and things like that. So if we can line Dekeira up for like the second week in November, it might be back before then. But we definitely going to have you back, because I know what today. And so we talked about the correlation in gut health. We talked about maybe increasing the melatonin in your body, that tart, cherry juice, turkey. And what was the other one? There were three, I think you
Nuts
named.
and seeds can also be high in tryptophan as well, I think.
Okay. All right. So let's let you finish going off. So we talked about saturated fats, unsaturated fats. They are the biggest caloric part of the macronutrients. You're saying that macronutrients. So there is protein, there is fats, carbohydrates, and what's the other one?
It's just those are the three macronutrients.
Oh, I got them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, micro.
Fiber, yeah.
Go ahead.
So with fiber is also it's technically a carbohydrate. So fiber is categorized under carbohydrates, and you have your soluble fiber and your insoluble fiber. I always forget the difference between the both of them. Like since school, I always forget it.
Unsoluble is the one I think that really gets in and does its job and cleans you out. Soluble, I think, means that it like absorbs and breaks down. I think that's
but I honestly always, if I know one of them bulks your stool and the other one helps with, I mean, they both help with going to the bathroom. I know one of them bulks your stool, but basically fiber offers a lot of nutrients in itself because it helps you to produce short chain, I think they call it short chain fatty acids or butyrate, something like that. But that helps specifically with inflammation in the body and helping with weight loss and obesity. So just increasing your fiber in general, get fiber from fruits, vegetables, whole grains like whole wheat products, and it's also other things nowadays in them as well. Like they have probiotic and prebiotic sodas that have fiber in them. Right? They have like brown rice, they have high pasta. So there's a lot of ways in which we can get. It's really important to also make sure we are incorporating fiber for better mental health as well. And I didn't even get into like the vitamins and minerals needed for mental health. So do you want me to go into that now?
Yes, it's still sparking a little bit of weird, but I go ahead. I'll go as long as we can. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is spotty for me as well. I'm not sure because I'm under my Wi-Fi. So and my Wi-Fi. So if I switch to my hotspot, I think it might be spotty.
If you want to do that, we can do one or two things. One, get us the best so we can. I don't want you to waste your time in it not spotty because. Okay, something going on. I'm on the road. All right, folks, this is what we're going to do. I don't want to waste Dekeira's time. My hotspot says that everything is, I got all 5 bars, but it's on 5G and it's, I don't know. I want to be intentional and really go back over everything that we may not be able to finish today. And I think also figuring out a way, maybe doing some sort of Zoom session and have folks sign up and really go deep. And we'll figure out a way, you know, folks can give a little offering to support. But before we go, take on. Oh, you got a podcast and everything. All right. So this is what you can do. If you want to hear some more of Dekeira, she got a whole podcast right here that I'm going to put the link in the comments right now. And oh boy, we need to get you back.
Yes. I mean,
you already have a website.
Yeah.
I think, okay.
I don't mind speaking. I know the connection is bad, but I don't know if you're busy or not. I have enough time to continue speaking. I mean, the connection is good right now. I don't know what happened.
It is. So we'll take advantage of a good connection. Look,
yeah.
I'll sit it right here on the laptop and just pray. All right. So we were getting into, you left off with fiber.
I was getting into the going into the micronutrients, like the vitamins and stuff.
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah, so I'll go over all the vitamins and minerals that are important. So the B vitamins, there's multiple different B vitamins. So you have B1, B2, B3, B5. Um, I think
B6.
I don't know if there's a B6. There is a B6. There's a B9 and a B12. So that's what makes up the B complex. And B vitamins are essential for your energy. It helps with cellular metabolism, which is the process in which the body breaks down food. And it helps with basically just overall energy and breaking down food and things like that. So when you are lacking in B vitamins, that can lead to more fatigue, that can lead to more depression, anxiety, brain fog, basically just an overall lack of energy. And there's actually, I just learned this the other day, there is a common genetic mutation that 40% of the population may have. And it's, oh my God, I want to see what it's called. I need to look it up.
Listen, I've researched on Google right here in real time. Pull your phone up and look. We can take a break if need to shoot.
It's called the MTHFR mutation. And basically I want to look it up again. It's a mutation in which 40% of the population has. And it's basically when the body is unable to process B vitamins correctly. So a lot of people grow up with like constant fatigue, always tired, always sleeping. And it also, there's a correlation between that and having abnormal blood clotting disorders. And with this deficiency, you have to take methylated B12 in order for your body to basically absorb it better. And you only know if you have this mutation if you go to a genetic specialist that can test you for genetic mutations. But a lot of people don't know about it, and they may think that something is wrong with them because they're constantly tired, always sleeping, lack of energy, constantly procrastinating, poor mental health, when in reality, the doctor may have failed to test them for this mutation. And that can be the answer to all their problems because regular B12 will not work for them, only methylated B12.
So much comes up there because, awareness, that's all we have. The essence of this platform is in awareness and information. But then, you're talking about going to a genetic doctor. And so is that a referral? Is that out of pocket? And we won't get into the whole health equity thing, but that was just the thought. Talk about that because being aware of it now, we got to find one that does it. One that's not going to ask us, well, why do you want me to test you? Because I want you to. Period.
Yeah.
All right. So we talked about the B's. Are we going in order? Keep going. We got all the B's. Pastor Marion brought up B12. And so now we learned that there's two types of B12, regular B12. And then what's the name?
There's several types of B vitamins that make up the B complex.
The B complex.
There's multiple B vitamins, which is why you typically get a B complex supplement. Some people may opt for just only B12. But because you have B1, B2, B3, which is like thiamine, folate, niacin, and then you have B5, which is pantothenic acid. I think there's a B6. I forgot. I think B6 is folic acid. And then you have your B9, B12, I think. Yeah, B9, B12. So a B complex encompasses all of those B vitamins.
While you're on a complex and vitamins, ultimately, the best way, Dr. Sebi and others, is to eat in a manner that you're getting all of this and you're getting the right amount of fiber and healthy fats and whatnot. In your personal opinion, let's just state, Dekeira has not examined anyone, and this is her personal opinion, so don't go off here and talk about, she said, vitamins, taking vitamin supplements. Where are you with that? As far as the option of doing your best to eat to get these, and also the reality of life, and we're not. Where are you a supporter of supplements?
So I believe I'm very liberal when it comes to eating. Like I don't even believe in diets. I just believe in a healthy lifestyle. Yes, I'm very anti-diet. So I believe that there's a certain time and place for things, and I know that certain people cannot keep up with eating the way they want to, whether it's because of environmental circumstances, life, social circumstances, whatever. So in that case, you would want to supplement with supplements. But if you can get it from your diet, that is the first priority. that you should prioritize. So B vitamins typically come from whole grain products, fortified bread products. It's actually a law that breads and whole grains have to be fortified with B vitamins because the American diet lacks it so much, and a lack of B vitamins, specifically folate, can lead to what's the word? Birth defects such as spina bifida. So that's why tortillas, because spina bifida is really high in Hispanic populations, and it's basically when there's a protrusion of your spine in birth. So when you see those babies that are born with the big back bump,
the curvature,
the mother lacked folate in her diet. So B vitamins are really important for a lot of different things. So all your bread products are going to be fortified with B vitamins. And so if you can get it from your food, that's fine. But if you cannot, then I recommend supplements. But with supplements, I only recommend third-party tested supplements because the FDA does not regulate supplements. So you'll see on your bottles that it says that the FDA does not regulate it, and the FDA is the Food Drug Administration corporation of the government, basically. So if they are not regulating your supplements, that means that Joe Schmo and anybody can make a supplement and put it on the supplement market, and they can be selling you rice powder, they can be selling you gelatin. Like your supplement that you purchase off Amazon cannot be turmeric. It can be orange rice powder. But because of the placebo effect, which is basically because you think that it's working for you when it's not,
you better teach here.
And it's not.
Okay. So we learned a big thing today, among other things, is if you're going to use supplements that are third-party tested and not just approved by the FDA, because the FDA doesn't how are they going to regulate? It's enough attention for them to regulate, to put the supplement, the bees in the bread, but not regulate the
supplements. Yeah, trust me. I don't know. It makes no sense. But on the bottle of a supplement, it'll say whether it's third-party tested. And those are the ones that you typically want to opt for. The other ones that you may see on Amazon or in stores that are not third-party tested, you typically want to steer away from because you don't know what they're putting in the supplements. You can find them. There's not anywhere in particular. I know the brand Nature's Made is all third-party tested. That's one brand that's third-party tested.
I've heard of them. Yep.
Yes, it's a yellow brand that's typically in the pharmacies, but you'll just know if it's third-party tested if it says it on the bottle itself.
Okay. Deviating a little bit, and we're still going to, even though we got a good connection, we still got to bring you back, and I want to be a little more. And I could almost see a couple of sort of like folks could get their Java with Jimmy mental health, gut health certificate after a couple of sessions. Because no, it sounds like a cheat code. If you have this information, you can literally
change your whole entire life.
Yeah, change. Oh God, this is crazy.
And I didn't even get into subconscious reprogramming. I just been talking about diet.
That like I said, we do have to have you come back. But while we're talking about supplements, if you don't mind, where are you with CMOS?
So I grew up with CMOS because my mom's from Grenada, my dad's from St. Vincent. My aunt just gave me like 3 packs of CMOS from Grenada. And I'm really lazy when it comes to making it. So I'm like, yo, I don't know what to do with all this CMOS. I still have frozen CMOS in my freezer. But I do believe that CMOS can help with a lot of things, even though now it's become more gentrified, where now I'm seeing it in Whole Foods and in Wegmans. And now there's American studies.
Did you say the CMOS is becoming gentrified?
Yes, they have it in Whole Foods. They have it in Whole Foods and in Wegmans. I'm seeing it everywhere now. But I do believe that CMOS has a lot of essential nutrients and things like that. There are studies saying that it does not contain 92 out of the 102 minerals that the body needs. I have not looked into those studies, so I am not sure. I personally believe that CMOS is really good for you, and I would continue to use it. I know that CMOS is really good for thyroid health. It's high in zinc. It's good for sexual dysfunction, things like that. Because in the Caribbean, they drink CMOS for sexual performance, and also for just basic health in general as well. So improving your immunity, things like that. So I do believe that sea moss is really important for the diet. Is it required? No, but if you are using it, I would continue to use it. I don't see a problem with it. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. So I like sea moss, but I haven't looked at any studies in it to really give much of an opinion. But I'm just going off of my Caribbean background and the purpose of why we use sea moss and for its immunity as well.
I had to snicker a little bit because I think it was Eddie Murphy some years ago that talked about the wife that went to Jamaica, and basically Estella got her groove back sort of joke. But no, we didn't get into a lot because I think for me, every time I have this type of conversation, like I said, I will, and it's just, I think out of habit now, I'll crave beef. I don't feel like cooking it. And I'll go get one of the packs. And I'm like, just this one time, I'm hypotensive. And so I'm like, if it has a lot of sodium, I don't care because, you know, I need some more sodium. But I can't do it. And so now I'm like, outside of the gummies, like the red dyes and all that other stuff, the more you know, the more you're able to make intentional, conscious decisions about what you consume. And, you know, it doesn't change overnight. Let's just give credit to the fact that the industrialization of food is a big, big part of this. And also now some of our parents here that are listening, and, you know, I let the kids have McDonald's 3 times a week, and I'm working 3 and 4 jobs. It's real.
Yeah.
But as much as you can, you know, because wow, this is crazy. I just thought about this. We're going to pay one way or another. We're either going to pay now and eat healthy, or if we keep up with this sort of diet, we're going to pay later.
Yeah.
Dekeira, this is good, but it does have you going, like everything now from mints, and like I'm going to be looking at everything.
Yeah.
And I still do now, but go ahead.
I was going to say, if you want for this episode, I can just go over the rest of the vitamins and minerals, and I can eat better. And then if you want to have me back again, I can go into more of like the subconscious reprogramming and mindset work.
Let's do that. Let's finish the micros.
So the next vitamin would be vitamin C. As we all know, vitamin C is really important for our immunity. And a large part of our immune system is in our gut. So because our gut and our brain are connected, you want to have optimal immunity to prevent poor brain health. So vitamin C is also really important. It can be found in citrus foods. Kiwis actually have more vitamin C than oranges. Fun fact. You can find vitamin C in kiwis, bell peppers, certain vegetables, oranges, clementines, anything citrus, lemon, lime. That's going to have your vitamin C. Vitamin D is one of the most important vitamins for mental health, specifically for Black people, because the majority of Black people have a vitamin D deficiency. And this is because our vitamin D comes from the sun, and it's a process where the sun provides UVB rays, and UVB rays cannot penetrate darker skin as efficiently as it can penetrate lighter skin. That's why white people and lighter people of color typically get more sunburnt than Black people. And because the sun cannot penetrate our skin as efficiently, and the sun provides vitamin D, we are typically lacking vitamin D. And so with vitamin D deficiency comes anxiety, depression, body aches, weakened bones, fatigue, and just feeling out of it. And so vitamin D, it's really important that Black people get vitamin D, especially in the wintertime where we are lacking that sunlight. And vitamin D can be provided through supplementation, but also through dairy products such as like milk, eggs, cheese, yogurt. Mushrooms are the only vegetable that has vitamin D in it. Not much foods have vitamin D. And so mushrooms are really important for that. And when it comes to how much vitamin D, typically for Black people, because we need more, is recommended between 4,000 IUs and 5,000 IUs.
A day.
Yeah, because lower than that is not, and this is not medical advice, by the way, this is just a generalization. Lower than that does not really do much for Black people because the melanin in our skin cannot absorb that vitamin D as well. So that's really important, vitamin D. And then you have vitamin E, vitamin K. Those Vitamin E is more so anti-inflammatory, which plays a role in mental health as well. Vitamin K plays a role in blood clotting. I think someone mentioned that I had a question about vitamin K.
Anissa did. She had a question about vitamin K.
Yeah, so vitamin K plays a role in blood clotting. So you can get your vitamin K from leafy greens, and leafy greens just can also help to provide more nutrients, which can also just help with mental health in general. And now when it comes to the minerals, so this one is going to blow a lot of people's minds, but iron deficiency anemia is directly linked to anxiety because your body, when it's low in iron, it has to work harder to pump iron all throughout your body.
So it's given the go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why when you have iron deficiency anemia, you may experience a lot of like rapid heartbeat, chest pains, dizziness, fatigue, because your body is not circulating as much blood as it needs to, and your heart has to work 10 times harder to pump the blood throughout your body. So your chest is going to be pumping, and you're going to be feeling like that rapid heartbeat, that really hard heartbeat. Yeah, and also like the fatigue, the brain fog, feeling dizzy, things like that. So iron deficiency anemia is directly linked to anxiety for that reason. So it's really important that if you are iron deficient anemic, that you are taking your iron supplements, and iron is best absorbed with vitamin C. So it's not just about taking iron by itself. We want to take iron with vitamin C. So if you're taking an iron pill, drink it with some orange juice, or drink it with some lime water or some limeade, because that's going to help better absorb the iron in your body. Or look for an iron supplement that has vitamin C in it.
I'm just baffled because it's really a cheat code. It is a cheat code, and everybody needs to be aware of it, because between the supplements and with intentionality, a few months ago, I committed that every time I go shopping, I'm leaving out of the store with more fresh fruits and vegetables and whatnot. And just there was a young lady that I had on. She does hair. She's a cosmetologist and a psychiatrist. So she does this thing called psychotherapy. And she simply said, if you're not eating 4 or 5 servings of fruit a day, if you're not getting 8 hours of sleep, and what was the other thing? If you're not drinking a certain amount of water, you are not healthy. Yeah. And I bring that up because just trying to eat you want to eat, and this is interesting, you want to eat a rainbow. You want to eat.
Yes, I didn't get into that yet.
Colorful food.
Yes.
You want to always eat colorful food. And it's on one hand, this is good, but now my brain is going around meats and organic and things like the cattle factories and all this. Oh God, Dekeira, you don't got. I'm supposed to be on vacation. I shouldn't have done this episode until Friday. Now I'm going to go to eat and stuff. I'm going to be like, yeah, give me a salad and put some.
Actually, go into the rainbow. I'll go into that before I continue with the minerals. So they say to eat the rainbow because each color of a fruit and vegetable is a different antioxidant. And the more diversified your diet is, the more good bacteria you're producing, the more like probiotics, and the better your mental health. So for example, red pigment that you see in like tomatoes, red peppers, it's called beta carotene. The yellow pigment, I always forget I think the yellow pigment is called lutein. The purple pigment is called anthocyanins. White
and the
pigment
purple is just in eggplant and
eggplant, plums will have anthocyanins.
Okay.
Red onions. The white pigment is called anthocyanins, and that can be found in white eggplants or white onions. I'm missing one. Oh, green pigment, of course, chlorophyll. I'm pretty sure everyone knows chlorophyll at this point. So these pigments, these chlorophyll, anthocyanins, anthocyanins, lutein, beta carotene, these are all the pigments, but they're all also antioxidants. And antioxidants are inflammatory things that are produced, but the anti part of it is basically combating the inflammation in the body. So that's how antioxidants helps to combat inflammation. And so the more colors you can get in your diet, the better, the lower inflammation, the higher antioxidants, the better your immunity, and the more diverse your microbiome. And the more diverse your microbiome, the better your mental health and the better your immunity. So that's why they say eat the rainbow. And I don't believe there's a certain definition for healthy, because yes, they recommend to eat 3 to 5 servings of vegetables a day, but realistically, that's not realistic for most Americans. I don't even eat that much vegetables and fruits in a day. I eat as much as I can, but I'm not gonna make myself eat 3 to 5 a day. I eat them because it's healthy. Do I like them per se? Not necessarily. Like I'm not gonna go and be like, oh, I'm craving an apple. I eat them because it's healthy. But I do like them, but I don't, I just don't crave them per se. So I eat as much as I can. When it comes to water, the standard is 64 fluid ounces, but for everyone, nutrition is very individualized. So you want to consume half your body weight in fluid ounces of water. So for example, I weigh 180. Half of 180 is going to be 90. So I need to consume 90 fluid ounces of water a day for my body. If someone weighs...
Can we clarify? It is not 90 ounces of the bottle, just water. If you drink, don't judge us, if you drink coffee and there's 8 ounces of water there, that does count. Now you may have to counter because it's caffeine, it's a diuretic, and blah blah blah. But I because I heard there's a friend of mine named Yoga Mike. We were with him a few weeks ago, and there was this Western culture of just constantly flushing out. He was saying that if too much water intake actually may interfere with the kidneys.
Yes.
So go there. Yes.
So a lot of people think that we have to drink a gallon a day, which is not true. It depends on your body weight. Again, write this down. Half your body weight in fluid ounces. So if you weigh 160
fluid ounces, right?
Yeah, fluid ounces. If you weigh 160, you want to have 80 fluid ounces. If you weigh 100 pounds, 50 fluid ounces. That is like your standard. The only people that need to be mindful of how much fluid they're consuming are people with kidney disease and people with congestive heart failure, because that is that can lead to fluid, or both can lead to fluid overload. They're both correlated because people with kidney disease or CHF are a high risk for getting either or. And I used to work at the Vita Dialysis Center, so I have experience with working with dialysis patients. And so what happens is that when the kidneys do not function properly, the kidneys is what creates urine. And if the kidneys are not functioning properly, you cannot excrete urine or even produce urine. So the fluid gets built up back in your body, and that's what causes the swelling of your legs, edema, swelling of your arms, and a sarca, which is when the swelling is so bad that the liquid seeps through your skin. And what else with CHF and kidney disease? So people that are on dialysis typically, people with kidney disease who are not on dialysis may need a food restriction and a protein restriction. But people who are on dialysis may need an adequate amount of fluids, because dialysis is doing the work of the kidneys for them and flushing out the blood and things like that for them. So that's the whole gist of that. But also when it comes to fluid, someone mentioned potassium and sodium, I believe, in the comments. Let me just go back and see what the question is.
You keep talking. I'll do the research for you.
Okay. So yes, someone had mentioned potassium and sodium. So potassium and sodium are electrolytes. Oh, yeah, the importance of yes. I'll get into magnesium, but while we're on fluids, I'll talk about potassium and sodium. So a lot of people think that we are supposed to limit our sodium, which is true. You do not want to consume more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium in a day per the American Heart Association, but sodium plays a vital role in fluid balance in the body, because too much sodium can lead to dehydration. Too little sodium can lead to fluid overload. So you want to be mindful.
Those aren't in because those aren't in. Wow.
Yeah, so too little sodium is also not good as well, because it's going to mess up your fluid balance. And when your sodium is too low, that's called hyponatremia. And that can Sodium is one of those electrolytes that is really, really, really important, and you want it to be as stabilized as possible. So when you're hyponatremic, that can be dangerous, but when you're hypernatremic, which is hypertension, that's also is dangerous as well. So having an adequate amount of fluids for the healthy, normal body is really important. And potassium is another electrolyte that is really important in your cardiac health.
Yes.
So potassium and sodium are like iron and vitamin C. They balance each other out. So if you have too much sodium, you want to eat more potassium to balance it out. If you have too much potassium, which can cause heart problems, you want to have
some and stuff like that.
You want to have some sodium to balance it out. So those are two electrolytes that are really important for your brain health and your nervous system. And also with magnesium, magnesium is another electrolyte and mineral that is responsible for over 300 biochemical pathways that take place in the body, biochemical reactions. So magnesium is really important for our nervous system and stabilizing our nervous system. And there is multiple different types of magnesium. You have magnesium threonate, magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate is one that is specifically good for anxiety, depression, mental health, and stress. So and also for insomnia as well. So magnesium glycinate is really important to take before bed, and also just to take every day in general if you deal with a lot of stress. And the American diet majority lacks in magnesium because it's found in leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. So magnesium is another mineral that I was going to get into after iron that is really important for your mental health. So it's, again, found in nuts, seeds, dark chocolate, leafy greens, and it can also be supplemented as well. Magnesium oxide is good for constipation. And then you have magnesium glycinate, which is good for your mental health. So that's another mineral that's really important for your mental health, and specifically for anxiety as well.
Dekeira? I usually tell people a good interview for me, an indicator is when I'm tired. I'm not tired in the way that I usually am. Ignorance is bliss.
Yes.
And awareness is stressful AF, because now that you notice, it's like, okay, what vitamin supplement do I need to take? At least now I know it needs to be a third-party biller in nature's own or whatever.
Nature's made, yeah. I think it's made.
My sister is in, and I've always been borderline anemic. I'm hypotensive, so I know there's something with my red blood count or whatever. But as much as I think my family, and there's a lot of gestation produced deficiencies, and are they telling the women, yes, drink orange juice for the folic acid, but if someone is taking iron, are they telling them to take it with a glass of orange juice because the vitamin C helps the body absorb the iron? Like, these are the cheat codes. I keep referring to cheat codes because
they are cheat codes.
So you said it. There's just so much. Rhonda had a question, and this will be the last question. She doesn't like avocado. So
I hate avocado. I hate avocado.
Wait a minute, you said you what? From the Caribbean? Let your mama hear you say that.
I do not like avocado. It makes me so nauseous. I cannot do it.
Why? Avocados are good.
Oh, just even thinking about it. I don't know if it's genetic because my mom is the same way. She cannot eat avocados. And last time I ate avocado, I thought I was going to throw up. I cannot eat avocados. Oh my God.
All right. So with the avocado, Rhonda was saying that what did you say with the avocado? The oil, the healthy fats. And so you were saying the avocado is a form of healthy fat. What is another? I thought it was something that you were correlating a healthy fat.
The fat-soluble vitamins that are found in avocados can be better absorbed. Like for example, eating salads with salad dressing is important because the salad dressing provides the fats that's going to help you absorb the fat-soluble vitamins in the salad. So don't take away your salad dressing. It's really important.
Because most people put my dressing on the side, they sprinkle a little bit. So you're eating all those vegetables, but your body's not getting the full benefit because it's not absorbing all the micronutrients.
Yes.
God damn.
Yeah. But if you want other sources of of healthy fats, you have olive oil, avocado oil, you have nuts, you have seeds, you have fatty fish, such as salmon, mackerel, cod, herring, saltfish for my West Indians out there, which is codfish.
Saltfish and ackee. Now, is ackee good for you?
I think ackee is. I don't eat ackee. Canadians don't really eat ackee. Now that's more of like a Jamaican, Western Caribbean food. I honestly have no idea what the benefits of ackee are, but
I heard saltfish and I got excited.
yeah, so saltfish it can be high in omega-3s as well. So that's other ways in which you can get omega-3s if you don't like avocado, or if you are a smoothie person, you can always blend avocado in the smoothie because then you don't taste it. I know I used to put a thin layer of avocado on bread so that I don't taste it with like a sandwich and eat it that way. But even still, I'm over it. I can't do it. A very thin layer because I cannot do avocado. I can't.
Oh my God.
And then someone asked if you can get foods with food. Yes, you can. Broth, soup, and also hydrating fruits such as watermelon, melons in general, grapes, cucumbers, zucchinis. Those are your high fruits and vegetables that are high in water that can help with fluids.
The one other, I said there was going to be a last one, but do you have a book? Are you going to do a book, or we have the podcast, but folks, y'all wait, because we're going to bring Dekeira back for a special job with something. But we're going to figure that out, because I could really see us doing like a Zoom type check-in, and we'll figure out some sort of pricing or something like that, because your time is worth it. And you're a Black-owned business, you're a woman Black-owned business. And so we have the podcast information there, everyone. I could, well, I'm not going to lie. The sun came up and that beach is looking, that beach is looking real good right now. But, I'm also cognizant, you mentioned like the vitamin D and lighter. And so, I can't be as free out there, because the last couple of years I've gotten burned. And then one of the doctors that come on my show said, oh, when you get sunburned, that, that is like a beginning that you could likely lead to be having some form of skin cancer. And I was like, wait, what? So I'm doing good this time. I didn't get burned.
Sunscreen is very important.
I still want, I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, I'm not putting on no sunscreen because I ain't that. But no, Dekeira, this was, Heidi has it on point, and maybe we can test some stuff, in the Java Cafe, maybe in the fall, and leading up to the holidays, because I think we can do a specific session around healthier eating for the holidays. But again, Anissa and others, we talk about mental health during the holidays, and then I've had people come in and we talk about healthier eating during the holidays. Now, how do we bring them together? Because, eating the right thing might help you better tolerate Cousin Pookie at the Thanksgiving dinner, because you're not as depressed and have anxiety because you've been eating right. You know what I'm saying? So there's a whole bunch of benefits that can come from putting those together. So Dekeira, you're awesome. You and I love you have a very layman, charismatic presentation. And so it's not where folks are sitting, wait, what did she say? Now, some of the vitamins and whatnot, I might have to go back but you need to get a little curriculum and a little something together, because I could see folks seeking you out. I really could.
I know. I want to make a course, but it's just so much work. I want to wait till I'm motivated to make a course. But as you guys
can eat something for that. You can eat something for that.
Thank you all for all your compliments. So yes, I have my own podcast. It's called the Anxious It Gworl podcast. It's available on all podcast streaming platforms, and it's basically a self-care, mental health, manifestation, subconscious reprogramming, and nutrition podcast. And on the podcast, I have 2 episodes, one on seasonal depression and one on sleep hygiene. So if any of you struggle with those 2 things, you can go listen to those episodes. They came out in the fall, I believe. So that's my podcast. I have an app on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store called the Anxiety Free It Gworl app. And by the way, Gworl is spelled GWORL.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have an app, and my app has a free anxiety grocery list. So if you download the app, it's a free download. And then I have a grocery list on their anxiety that breaks down all the macronutrients. Everything that I said here is free on my app in an anxiety-free grocery list. So I have that on my app. My app also has daily affirmations, subliminals, sound healing frequencies, meditations, mantras, affirmative prayer. So my app has a bunch of different resources for mental health, for subconscious reprogramming. And I'm going to add some more nutrition things onto my app as well. I haven't done so yet. But the app is the Anxiety Free It Gworl app. So GWORL.
Wait a minute. Wait. Anxiety free what?
It Gworl.
So we can't.
For men, men can use it as well. It's no problem for men to use it. I just cater to the girls. That's all it is. But men can use it. It's no problem. Men can use it. But
I feel,
men also listen to my podcast as well.
I feel I can't even know. My brain will let me. No, I was trying to say discriminated or whatever. My brain was like, bro, no, just left out will do. No, it definitely. Anissa's right. Jimmy feels. I'm like, wait, what? But no, I will definitely check out the app. Everybody is so appreciative of the information. This is like an anxiety anxiety grocery list. Do me a favor. Can you type the name of the app in the private chat so I can put it on the screen here?
Okay. The anxiety.
And then Heidi, if you can get me the information, I'll connect them. Reach out to Dr. Sade Y. Adu to help create your course.
Okay.
So,
the Anxious It Gworl.
We do a lot of connecting here in the Java Cafe.
Okay, nice. And then I can be found on all platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, Threads at Anxiety Free Dietitian. So that's where you can.
You got 2 podcasts?
No, I only have one podcast.
Which one to do? The app and the. Oh, you fancy. Hold on. Let me just get this right. All right, here is. She fancy. See, it's not that I'm talking trash and didn't copy to where I'm supposed to. All right. All right. We'll go in order. This is the information. If I had my mouse, this would be a little bit easier. This is the information. There we go. That's the information for the app, which it is. Come on. The Anxiety Free It Gworl.
I honestly should have said It Gworl. I really should have. That's funny.
The Anxious. Okay, that's the app. And then we have the podcast. I haven't done this in real time like this in a long time, Dekeira. You got me producing, engineering, and graphics today. Okay. Then there's the podcast. And then you still typing. Then on Instagram, you can find her here. This is funny. This is going to be a blooper outtake. On Instagram, you can find her here. And then on LinkedIn.
I'm actually not on LinkedIn. I hate LinkedIn.
Oh, Linktree.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put this actually in the comments because it should hyperlink. You all let me know if that hyperlinks. That's what I should have did.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I should have told you that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I didn't eat this morning yet, so my brain is a little, All right, so there's the Linktree information as well. And I think I got everything. And she is on all platforms as Anxiety Free Dietitian, correct? Yes. Okay. So we got everything, and folks are really in here commenting and Mr. Baguettes. I got to get down there. I haven't been there yet. Over in that's Wynwood Real. I'm over on South Beach now. But I'm going to get off of here. So I have this there's this program here where some folks get points for watching. And everything within me today was I told you in the beginning, we're going to do 25 minutes. It is 10:19, and so they get like 90 minutes as credit. They get gift cards. So y'all with them gift cards, y'all make sure you make some healthy food options. I think that's it. We got everybody. Go ahead.
I have free ebooks as well. I have a free ebook on 10 different herbs you can use, like 10 different medicinal herbs that you want to grow in your garden. I have a free ebook on passive income. And then I have another free ebook on mindful practices for mental health. And then I also have a 7 for $7.28 manifestation scripting bundled packet where you get 7 journals for $7.28.
Can I ask a question?
Yes. I'm 25. I'm turning 26, July 28th. I'm a Leo.
Your birthday's coming.
Yes.
Wow, you are really doing it, Queen. You are really doing it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I agree with you, Rhonda. She said, "Girl, you something else." I mean, seeing you at 40, Lord, geez, seeing you at 30. Wow. No, this has really been an amazing show, and I walked away with a lot of information, some conviction, but at least cognizant now. And if I hear somebody saying, "Oh, I got to take my iron pill," make sure take that with some orange juice.
With some vitamin C, yes.
I know some things. Take it with orange or some lime. Would you say lime water? Just have some vitamin C around.
Or if any of my recipients, some hibiscus, sorrel. Sorrel is very high in vitamin C as well.
It is. The taste, depending on who's making it and how it's made, it can go either way for me.
Really?
That for me had been, and now everything else I eat like a non-Yankee. Like I don't eat like a Yankee at all. But no, one of our mothers is saying, "Wow, you know what, you being 25." And so mother, add her to the prayer list because we need you around. Folks are already saying happy birthday. Anissa said, "I know some things." I forget if someone said that, they're taking iron, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, you taking vitamin C with that?" What I heard was that the iron is better absorbed, and if somebody's taking I got to eat a lot of fiber. Make sure you get some good. You like avocados? You don't like avocados? Well, eat some nuts and some seeds. And what was the other thing you said? Nut seeds and
oils, nut butters.
Oil, nut butters. Okay, like almond butter.
Salads.
Do you do the one last cheat code thing? There's this reel going around about when you see the numbers on the fruit. Are you hip to that?
I think I saw what you're talking about, but if you can remind me.
Well, for the next session, look, you got homework. There's this thing where like the first 2 numbers says it's organic or not. The next 2 numbers says if it's American or grown. And so I was just curious because even in our shopping, we got to be careful. The certain things say organic, but then there's different even tiers of organic. If they got one organic ingredient on it, they can actually put the word, but then fully organic versus US.
You know a lot. I'm surprised. I feel like a lot of people don't really know this unless they go to school for it. But and yeah. So what's the comment? So in school, I was taught that the label organic is basically like a marketing tactic to get people to buy more expensive products, even though it's the same as regular inorganic products. But I am working with my friend who was a gut health dietitian because I did something with her called a GI map test. And it's basically a stool test that tests for all of the bacteria in your gut and tests for your enzyme production, your stomach acid production, things like that. So from working with her, she says that eating organic foods is the best. And the more whole food, the more organic, the better, because the better quality and the less additives and things like that. So you can opt for organic foods if you want. I know for me, I went from doing regular brown eggs to pasture raised brown eggs. They're more expensive, yes, but the yolk is more yellow and the shell is harder because it's higher quality eggs. And if you want to opt for like beef and stuff, grass-fed meats are better, of course. Yes. Grass-fed products, things like that. So when it comes to the PLU number, that's what it's called. I'm not sure what means what, but you can opt for more organic foods if you want. That's fine. But if it's not within your budget, regular stuff is fine. But also, frozen fruits and vegetables are the most beneficial because fresh fruits and vegetables, because they're transported from different countries, during the process, they can be exposed to different temperatures and environments that can actually decrease their nutrient density. So they can actually lose vitamins and minerals in the process of being transported. Yeah, from the light.
No, I didn't say light. I said you're lying.
Oh, no. Yes, like the sunlight and the heat from which let's say you have a vegetable coming in from South America. If it's being transported through very hot environments, direct sunlight, it's actually losing a lot of its nutrients. By the time it gets to America, it's less nutrient dense. That's in fresh produce versus frozen produce and frozen vegetables. They're frozen straight after being harvested, and fresh, they're frozen like straight after being harvested, meaning that its nutrients are automatically like preserved when it's frozen. So I opt, and plus frozen is cheaper and it lasts longer and it has more nutrients in it because of the fact that it's frozen right after being harvested versus it going through a whole boat ride, a plane ride, and losing all its nutrients. Not that it loses all its nutrients, but it loses majority of its nutrients. So I would personally opt for more frozen produce because it's cheaper, it lasts longer, and it has more nutrients.
I'm done. I'm done. Because never ever in my 52 years on this earth would I have thought, because I automatically go toward the fresh. I definitely don't do canned unless I'm in the mood. There's certain black eyed peas or whatever I'm in the mood for. And even sometimes I'll go home and like pour off half the sauce and then put a little bit of water, put my own seasoning just so I'm not getting all that. Really? Okay, so wait a minute. But in my diet, I use a lot of onions, different colored peppers, try to stick with kale.
Yeah.
I don't do iceberg lettuce. I do romaine because they say that iceberg has. Now, that is a good example of water content.
Yes,
iceberg lettuce is a watermelon and stuff like that. So frozen produce for me would only be like if I bought like a bag of chopped kale.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Lima beans. Okay, wait. Lima beans, string beans, because I don't buy those fresh because I'm not cleaning them and I'm not cutting them and all that other stuff.
Trust me, neither am I. Neither am I. I buy everything that's convenient for me. I'm buying it that way. So yeah, with the frozen produce, as long as it's not you want to make sure that the only ingredient is the vegetable. You don't want to be over consuming like cheesy broccoli or like frozen Alfredo broccoli.
Yeah. With all the chemicals. Yep.
Just fresh frozen produce. I rarely ever, the only fresh produce I ever really buy is like fruits because the frozen fruits get soggy. But I buy frozen kale, frozen broccoli, frozen peas, frozen string beans, frozen spinach. Everything is frozen beans. When it comes to onions and peppers, I prefer those fresh because it gets kind of soggy when it's frozen. But yeah, either one works. Frozen produce is way better than fresh produce. And again, it lasts longer and it's cheaper.
This has been I've been doing this for 4.5 years. I think this has been one of my most comprehensive, but the impact of this episode, I think, is going to ripple a lot because it was very just layman and just real around better ways of eating. But also, don't forget, in the beginning, Dekeira talked about the duality, and I'm thinking about, you may not know this song, but y'all old folks remember Stacey Lattisaw's "Love on a Two-Way Street." Google that. There was a song called Love on a Two-Way Street, and there is, yeah, brother, and that's it right here. I just told Anissa yesterday, August, we're going to your Healthy Java. And so, yeah, definitely a healthy Java today.
Wait, can I actually say one more fact while speaking about Java? I actually did not mention this. Coffee.
Well, watch it. Hey, is this why Sharon said I'm not giving up my coffee in all caps?
Probably. No, you don't have to give up coffee, but coffee on an empty stomach is directly related to increased stress and cortisol levels. It can cause more anxiety because caffeine in general on an empty stomach spikes your blood sugar, this regulates your hormones, and causes more anxiety. So make sure you are consuming your coffee after a meal, and try not to consume coffee after noon, or else it's going to affect your sleep. So coffee should be consumed in the morning after breakfast, afternoon.
You didn't do nothing. Wait.
I didn't even get into that.
Wait, so gave up. The first thing you do when you get up in the morning is you go to the Keurig and you make a cup of coffee. To first couple of sips, you're like, okay, now we can get started. So now you're saying that I can't have my coffee on an empty stomach.
Nope. That's actually what causes a lot of weight gain in the stomach area.
Wait a minute, hold on. You said weight gain?
In the stomach area, yes.
I'm done. No more coffee on an empty stomach.
In the stomach area, because blood sugar crashes, you'll know if you have an issue with your blood sugar if you gain weight only in your stomach area. That shows that you have high stress and high blood sugar levels, and coffee can be contributing to that on an empty stomach. So you want to eat a nourishing breakfast first with your protein, fiber, and fats, and then have coffee. And if coffee still bothers you, there's mushroom coffee, and you can also have coffee.
It doesn't bother me.
Okay. But because for some people, caffeine bothers them. So you can try mushroom coffee, you can try dandelion, chicory root, or you can add MCT oil or fat to your coffee to help with the anxiety if it bothers you, even after eating it. Even after drinking it on after eating. But that's it. That's my last 2 cents.
Yeah, that because the whole coffee, but you convinced me, because I'll be real, I got a tire again. I've all, weights fluctuated, but for a few years I kept stable. And in the last, I'll say about a year, it's just weight here. Now I'm losing it. But I'm going to have to start eating before my cup of coffee. Because once you said that it contributes to a bigger stomach, oh yeah, I was sold quickly. Dekeira, yes. This has been one of my longest. I think the last time we did this actually was a few weeks ago with someone, but it was the same thing. It was just a natural, conversation. So just a couple of, what about espresso martinis? That's later in the day.
I personally don't drink. I used to drink, not anymore. Alcohol could be its own whole other episode on its own. But of course, alcohol in moderation. I'm not going to encourage people to drink alcohol. But if you do drink alcohol in moderation, and again, on a full stomach, not an empty stomach. And that's pretty much it. And I also forgot to mention, I do have a coaching program. I'm not currently actively doing it, but I will do it per request. So if somebody wants to get coached by me, just DM me on Instagram or email me, which is in my link tree, and I can set something up for you.
Okay. Dekeira, we're getting forced off because I didn't plug the laptop up because I didn't know we was going to I don't want us to cut us off, and so I want to say a pleasant
That's
goodbye.
Fine.
My sister said blasphemy. Yo, there's so much that today was all right. I said 3 times in the last minute. You definitely, we here. Dekeira, thank you. Anissa's going to follow up. I'm sure some folks are going to reach out. We'll see what September looks like to maybe gather with some sort of fee. So Anissa, please keep me on point with this. And we'll talk soon, Dekeira. Thank you so much for spending your time with us this morning and imparting so much healthy, useful, life-changing, I think, for some information with us this morning. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone, for your kind comments. Thank you.
Go back and look, because they engaged today. They really did. And so thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
Folks, that was Dekeira Horne, who was, sorry, Ma, shit. She just, nothing really that much more to say. So I'm getting off of here. Y'all can't see, but I'm about to go down there. The sun's a little hazy today, but there's something going on with some system down in the somewhere, and it's blocking rain from the Miami area. And so if you ever been here, you know it'll rain for 2 minutes and then not rain, and then rain again for 10 minutes and then not rain for 2 hours. And so, yeah, I want to get out there today. We will be here tomorrow. We have a guest coming in tomorrow. And I am going to hurry up and get off of here before the computer cuts me off. We'll see everyone tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Have a great day, everybody. Please continue to keep the Armstrong and Cousins family in prayer. We'll have some more information coming out about that and share some of the links. And again, thank you all for being here. Rhonda, it's good. You hung out for the whole service. Rhonda, saved for the benediction. I'm messing. Thank you, everyone. Felicia, good to see you in the room. Misha, good to see you as always. I think I got everybody else this morning. Real appreciate all of you all. Shout out to the folks over on Twitter. It's different for you all to comment there. I think you got to reply and all that other stuff. And so I'm not, well, no. Real showed me last week there is an ability. Alexa's in Boston. If you click on the video, I think you're able to comment. And so I just want to show some love to folks on Twitter and also on Instagram. Oh, Jesus, y'all were really, they went in over on Instagram. So, yeah, we're going to get off of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And that's it for me. Have a great day, everybody, and we shall talk to you soon. Peace.